So here we are at Parklife 2018. There's so much going on. There's little pockets of places. There's grime music, there's dance music. We're in the VIP now, of course we are. Check this out. Listen, who are you excited to see the most?
I'm looking forward to see Carl Cox. Brilliant.
Old
that takes me
school.
back.
It
Yeah.
does. Eric Prydz is playing as well. I think that's more our era, isn't it? But everything tomorrow.
Really looking forward to really loving their stuff at the minute. Are you?
Love them. And Jessie Ware, MNEK, and also tonight the XX are headlining. A lot of Manchester bands and artists here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe the famous Piccadilly Rats, any Manchester people, you may have seen them busking around, and I think they've got a little spot on the main stage, which I think is really nice. It really shows you how supportive they are of the homegrown talent around here.
So I'm going to get myself a rainbow latte. I can see over there it's a sweet beetroot latte. You could only get that at Parklife.
We're living on the edge here.
Rock and roll. We'll see you soon. Enjoy. Okay, so I've spotted a local celebrity, Nathan.
Yeah,
he's
star.
called Kyle Walker. It's not the Kyle Walker, but it is in my eyes because he's our roving reporter for Manchester City Football Club. Hello, Kyle.
How are we doing? You okay?
Good. It's good to see you here.
Good to see you guys as well.
How come it's so important to Manchester Parklife? What do you love about it?
For me, growing up, I'm from Fallowfield, so back when it was at Plattfields Park, it was literally on my doorstep, and seeing how big it's grown, how many people are here, the smiles on everyone's faces, it's just so important because people are having a great time, they're enjoying themselves, so it just brings that kind of nice atmosphere to Manchester for one weekend where everyone is here to have fun.
And have you got some favourite Manchester acts you're looking forward to seeing?
For me, I can't wait until Bugsy Malone. Literally 8 years ago, me and him did something at Plattfields, the last one at Plattfields, we did something together, and just seeing the kind of way his career has taken off is amazing to see. And for every young person growing up, everyone that sees that kind of dream of getting out and doing what they love, and he's creative, he's talented, he is paving the way for Manchester artists, so that's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
We have to mention #Centurions, #Champions this year. I love Manchester. It's all about Manchester United and Manchester City. So tell us a bit how blown away you were by that parade, because I know you were on one of them buses, weren't you?
I was on one of the parade buses, which was unbelievable, and what was nice, what feels like Parklife as well, with people just out for a good time, and with the parade, it was unbelievable. There's over 100,000 people there cheering, and I was lucky enough to be on one of the buses, and I was making some stuff for Etihad, and we were making some content for them, and just being up there as a City fan was unreal, and the amount of smiles, the amount of happy faces, the amount of people singing and enjoying themselves was amazing. So 100 points, great end to the season, and now we can celebrate.
Brilliant. And do you love Manchester, Kyle?
Of course I love Manchester.
Brilliant. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. Have a good festival. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're joined by Sacha Lord, founder of Parklife and the Warehouse Project. Now, Sacha's been in the music and promotions industry for 25 years. That is when Energy 52 released Café Del Mar. Good fun fact for you there. So, Sacha, here we are, Parklife 2018. What's new this year? What's going on?
So, I think as you've probably seen, because you were here yesterday as well, I think we spent a lot more time and energy on the production side of it. So you've got the new stage, the Valley, down at the bottom, where that's the money shot, which we're really proud about. And when we were doing the build-up and we were showing pictures of what was going on site and everything, that was the one thing we kept away from, because we wanted a big surprise, but it's gone down really well.
Brilliant. Now, obviously, you've been made Nighttime Economy Advisor. Now, this is not just bars and clubs in Manchester. It's Greater Manchester, it's theatres,
No, it's all 10 boroughs, and it's, I said it this week, but the nighttime industry is the 5th biggest sector in the UK and employs north of 8% of the whole of the UK workforce. So it can't be ignored, and sometimes people do ignore it because when you go for a meal with your friends and your family, or you go to a theatre or the disco or something like that, it's seen as a bit of fun. So it's never really high up on certainly politicians' agendas, but Andy recognised it during the elections last year. He said he wanted to help the industry in Manchester, and he's kept to his word. So there's a lot to do.
I bet it was quite an honour, really, to receive that. I mean, obviously, look at this festival, it's the biggest non-camping festival in the UK, and you know, he's obviously recognised that. But obviously there's things like pressing subjects like transport on an evening, getting home not just safe, but you know, it's an early tram, last tram home, you know, and the trains, and how are you going to kind of advance and work on like the transport on an evening?
So, I mean, firstly, it was an honour. I was really chuffed. I think, you know, I'm not a transport expert. I think my views are out there because I came out last year and said quite a few things about the transport that the press reported on. So what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is get like a board together, a panel of representatives of the nighttime industry, key stakeholders as well, of which one of them will be Transport to Greater Manchester, and we're just going to talk about what we can do to try and improve everything for customer experience. And it's not just the customer, you've got to think about the nighttime workers as well, so people that work in bars, nurses that work in the hospitals, you know, they need to get home at early hours in the morning. So you know, transport is on the agenda, but there's a good positive conversation to have about it.
Well, I think you're probably one of the first choices because this here, I was so impressed by the production of this whole place, and it's such on a grand scale that to handle something like that, that must be a massive thing, and obviously working with different departments and experts. But also something I noticed is that it feels quite safe here. Is that something that you'll be working with as well with the Manchester?
Yeah, so you know, police will be on the board, there'll be representatives of the NHS on board, but safety is always my number one concern. And yesterday we were really fortunate to have 80,000 people turn up. 80,000 people all went home, they had a great time, and I'd like to think it's exactly the same again today. And we put in, so I mean, you've seen the extent that we go to on site to try and make it as safe an experience as possible. You've seen the amount of police here, the amount of paramedics here, the amount of sniff dogs here. We've got literally a hospital on site. But it's only and we put all the warnings out leading up to the festival about, you know, bad batches of pills and things like that. It just takes one person to ignore it and go for it, and it ruins obviously their lives, but you know, there's a knock-on effect for many other people as well.
Now you've come a long way since putting up the posters at the Hacienda, going in your dad's suit for the first time, and Sankey's soap. You know, you've gone through all these eras. I want to ask, what's next for you, really?
So I was contacted last week by Play Girl for a shoot, a naked spread, which is something that I'm going to accept. I've been angling for it for a while now, but Listen Up, the PR companies have agreed to it. So yeah,
I look forward to seeing that.
I'm taking a piss, clearly.
I know. I was like, yeah. I'm going to go with it.
No, I'm happy where I am. You know, Parklife, biggest metropolitan festival in the UK, warehouse project, known globally. I'm not being big-headed. It's not my words. It's what's said, you know, amongst the dance music industry. So I've got the night role to now think about. So I've got enough on my plate. Yeah.
Obviously, we're from I Love Manchester. Tell us about your love for Manchester and why you've got to keep Parklife here.
It's just, you know, Sam's my business partner, we're both from Manchester, Greater Manchester, Altrincham. So our roots are here, and we just love the city. And again, I said it before, you know, I never got to go to university because I didn't get the A-levels needed. But the city allowed me to flourish and do exactly what I really enjoy. Just put on an event, working in the music industry, meeting amazing people like yourselves, and it's just, it's not a real job, is it? You know, I couldn't sit behind a desk 9 to 5. I just could not handle that. No. And I know it's for lots of people, but I just couldn't do it. So now it's my chance to get something back to the city.
I love that. That's a great ending, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you very much, Sacha. I hope you enjoy the final day of Parklife. Have a boogie, get to have a relax and a drink. Liam Day. Liam Day.
Ooh, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
So he's renamed it on socials today. Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
It's come out and it says he thinks the name of the festival is crap, Parklife, because of the Blur Parklife thing. But he's just for today, he's going to rename it Parker Life.
I love it, because it was the rivalry in the 90s, Blur and Oasis.
Patch things up, but there you go, isn't it?
No, this is it. It's still going on. Parklife. Sunday is Parklife.
See you, Liam.
Thank you. Cheers, Sacha. Thank you.